Hello, my name is Anjani, and this is the Libra New Moon Astrology Report. The new moon is happening on Saturday, the 28th of September at 11:26 a.m. This is when the sun and moon become exact at the same degree, which is 5 degrees of Libra. And this is happening over here in perfect opposition, well, almost perfect, because Chiron's down here at 3 degrees Aries, pretty close to a perfect opposition with Chiron. So the new moon is the point in the cycle where we are beginning a new astrological season. So this is going to be Libra season, having to do with how we relate with each other, and through our relating with each other that we're able to reflect back to our beloved friends, community, and our most intimate beloved. We're able to reflect back pieces and fragments of each other to each other in this relational realm of Libra season. So during Libra season, we are just becoming more aware and conscious of how we interact with each other. Are we saying what we really mean? Or are we using words that we have just habituated into our vocabulary? So if you say, I love you, do you just say that because it sounds good, or that's what you're habituated to say to your loved ones? When you say this is a feminine thing, have you really thought that through? What exactly does that mean to you? So when you're using words this month or during this moon cycle, we're just going to see how we are relating with each other and reflecting back between each other the true light of our awareness. So with the sun and moon in opposition to Chiron, I'm bringing up these things about our vocabulary and the way we speak to each other. And are you saying what you mean? Because Chiron is known as the wounded healer in our current mythology of how we're working with Chiron. I call Chiron the alchemist. Chiron represents that fifth element, that sort of weaving everything together, bringing all parts of yourself to the proverbial dinner table. It's like being able to really bring all of yourself to each moment. Vulnerable, being completely vulnerable and naked with your beloved community and your most intimate beloved. So when you're doing that real deep relating with each other, you're also allowing your wounded parts, the parts of you that feel less developed. And I smile because Libra season is actually one of the hardest for me, because my biggest struggle is with relating with others, because I either want to give everything. I have a Cancer moon. I either want to completely open and be vulnerable and offer my heart to my loved ones, or I completely pretend like I don't even know you. And for the most part, it's the first one. It's the first one, that I'm a complete open book, and my food is your food, my house is your house, and I'm super open in that way. And it's difficult for me to understand, like when I say understand, I mean, this is really an immaturity on my part, and in my mind. I don't know if it comes off that way to my loved ones, but an immaturity in knowing where to, like, is it too much, or do I seem weird? Or I also feel very sensitive, like intuitively sensitive, where it's almost like I want to read what the person needs next. I have so many planets in Pisces and a Cancer moon. So this is sort of my perplexing thing in dealing with people and working with people. So Libra season is definitely a time for revealing what is true to you. And in opposition to Chiron, it is just what I just said. It's really what I just said is showing myself and being vulnerable and expressing a part of myself that I am not necessarily proud of, because it's a part of me that feels very underdeveloped. And because it is underdeveloped, I work extra hard at it. So with the sun and moon in opposition to Chiron, wherever you have underdeveloped parts or weak, immature parts or wounded parts, this new moon is likely to bring those up to the surface for healing. Anytime something's brought up to the surface, it is to bring that to the surface of your awareness so that you can work with that and be given the opportunity to make a different choice rather than the habituated choice that has got you into the position you are now with your wounded parts and the parts that likely we like to put a band-aid on them. And Libra season right now, this is a really good time if you're like me especially and feeling challenged in relating with people. This is going to be a really good time to try new things and work this angle from a different angle. The other thing I want to mention is that Mercury, the planet of communication, your conscious awareness, and the way that you express what it is that you know and what it is that you perceive, is next to Venus, which has to do with pleasure, love, beauty, abundance, everything that is related to the earthly delights, the things of the earth that are pleasant and beautiful, has to do with art, relationships, love. This is all under the realm of Venus. So Mercury being there gives me the idea that there is more communication about pleasure, beauty, art, and our relationships. And this is also in a, let me bring this here. There's Venus and Mercury, not super tight square, but it is at a square angle with Pluto. Pluto's at 20 degrees Capricorn, so pretty close square. So there could be some transformation around the way we perceive those Venus attributes. There could be a transformation around the topic of the way we express and communicate. So I see this as being Pluto bringing depth, and bringing depth is not always an easy thing, or when could it possibly be an easy thing? It's like we're really getting down into that dark, alchemical blending of what's happening in our lower bellies, in our regenerative organs, and in our lower pelvis. So many things go on there. This is where we release the after effects of eating food and all the process that happen in our fluids in our body. So these things are happening in the pelvis. And Pluto is represented by those things in our body and all the emotional things that also go along with that. So I see some depth, some transformation, some opportunities for deep healing and deepening into our feminine expression. So I'll go ahead and stop there with this reading. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please feel free to leave comments, ask questions. I am very, very excited to answer best as I can, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.